السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده. الحمد لله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمد عبده ورسوله. أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى: ألم تر إلى الذين أوتوا نصيبا من الكتاب يؤمنون بالجبت والطاغوت ويقولون للذين كفروا هؤلاء أهدى من الذين آمنوا سبيلا. وقال تعالى: واتبعوا ما تتلو الشياطين على ملك سليمان وما كفر سليمان ولكن الشياطين كفروا يعلمون الناس السحر وما أنزل على الملكين ببابل هاروت وماروت وما يعلمان من أحد حتى يقولا إنما نحن فتنة فلا تكفر فيتعلمون منهما ما يفرقون به بين المرء وزوجه. وقال تعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا بالله ورسوله والكتاب الذي نزل على رسوله والكتاب الذي أنزل من قبل ومن يكفر بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر فقد ضل ضلالا بعيدا. وعن عمران بن حسين رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: ليس منا من تطير أو تطير له أو تكهن أو تكهن له أو سحر أو سحر له ومن عقد عقدة ومن أتى كاهنا فصدقه بما يقول فقد كفر بما أنزل على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. وعن أنس بن مالك رضي الله عنه قال: من أتى كاهنا فصدقه بما يقول فقد برئ بما أنزل على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. ومن أتاه غير مصدق به لم تقبل له صلاة 40 يوما. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Alhamdulillah, it's a great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah has given us life, and with life Allah has given us Iman. This is the most prestigious thing a person can have. In our world, in today's world, we look at a person and how much bank balance they have, how much money and materialistic things they have, and we think this is success, because that's what the whole world is taught to think about. But a Muslim, a Mu'min, should not think in that manner. He should think in this manner, that Alhamdulillah alladhi hadana li hadha wa ma kunna linahtadiya lawla an hadana Allah. This is an ayat of the Quran, that all praises to Allah. Alhamdulillah alladhi hadana lil Islam. Allah is the one who guided us to Islam. We didn't send in an application. You know, when we came to this country, those who were born out of the country, they had to go through a visa process first. And when they came here, they went through a green card process. And then they went to the citizenship program, and they went through that process. And that's not guaranteed that you will be American. If they want, they can cancel your citizenship. Right or wrong? They can. Okay. But we didn't write no letter. Nobody did on our behalf. Nobody asked Allah. That's why Allah makes one so Muslim. But Alhamdulillah, the fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, most of us were born in Muslim homes. We could have been born somewhere else. If you're from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, we could have been born in a Hindu family. That's a possibility. We would have been doing shirk with Allah, worshipping all types of things. But Allah, through His infinite mercy, and Allah, through His grace, made us be born in Muslim homes. But we don't really thank Allah as we should. We don't have this in us to know that Allah is the one who gives Iman to whom He wishes. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was told in the Quran, إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِالْمُهْتَدِينَ. This is about a particular person the ayat came for. It's for generally, for everyone, because al-i'tibad bi-umum al-alfaz la li khusus al-mawajid. In tafsir, there is a qaida, an usul, that the Quran came for everyone. But sometimes the Quran, the sabab nuzul, the reason why the revelation came was of some particular person or particular place or particular incident. So Quran mentions that. Now in this ayat, إِنَّكَ لَا تَأْتِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِالْمُهْتَدِينَ. There are actually four ayats in the Quran that were revealed for one particular person. His name is Wahshi. His name is Wahshi. Wahshi was the person who martyred Sayyidina Hamza radiallahu anhu, that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's uncle, because he was promised that if you slaughter Hamza, you will gain your freedom. Wahshi was a slave. And for your freedom you have to do a little more, that you have to do musla, you have to tear into Hamza's body, take out his heart, his liver, and this you will place in front of the daughter of the kafir that Hazrat Hamza radiallahu anhu had killed in Badr. And the daughter was, at that time she was not a Muslim, but it was Hind, the wife of Abu Sufyan. At that time he was not a Muslim also. The mother of Sayyidina Muawiyah radiallahu anhu. So, at that time Muawiyah was not Muslim also. You see, all three were not Muslims. So when Wahshi killed Sayyidina Hamza radiallahu anhu, he couldn't kill him face to face, but he knew how to use a javelin. So he killed him with a special way that he knew how to throw the javelin, and it pierced through Sayyidina Hamza, and Sayyidina Hamza was shaheed. And then he tore open, he did musla to him, he took out his heart and his liver and that, he gave it to Hind, and Hind actually, she chewed upon it. This is how the Arabs were. And they were very, very, we would call it irrational, but that's how they treated their enemy once they captured their enemy. Anyway, so Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had mentioned that wherever Wahshi is found, he is to be killed. So somebody sent a message to Wahshi that there is nowhere on the earth you can move to where you will get away. So the best thing for you is to come and accept Iman. So Wahshi, he sent messages to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that I want to become a Muslim. But I have done this, I have done this, I have done this. So the ayats of the Quran came. Now one of the ayats was that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, obviously, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a man, he was human. And this man had killed his uncle. Not only killed him, but he had mutilated his body. And he had split open inside. And that was very hard for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to see. Because Sayyidina Hamza and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had also drank the milk of the same woman. So they were not only uncle and nephew, but they were brothers also. In Rabi, we call it. So, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam still had negotiations going with him. And nobody knew. Sahaba mostly didn't know this. So when the ayats Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent to him letters mentioning. So Wahshi came, when he entered the masjid of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had covered his face. But when he entered the masjid, he opened his face. The first person to see him was Sayyidina Umar. He said, Ya Rasulullah, da'ni, let me go. Aqtuluhu, I'm going to take his head. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, no. Omar, Washi has come as your brother, he's come as a Muslim. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did tell Washi that Washi, whenever you come in my majlis, you should not sit in front of me, sit behind me, or away from me so that you don't remind me of my uncle, what you did to him. In case I am human and I make dua against you at that time. So Washi always used to come to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's majlis with his face covered. But he was the killer of Sayyidina Hamza. And Abu Lahab was Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's uncle. But Allah mentions to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ. You cannot give guidance to whom you like, whom you love. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. But Allah gives guidance to whom Allah wants. وَهُوَ عَالِمٌ بِالْمُهْتَدِينَ. And Allah knows who will be the guiding people. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam went on the deathbed of Abu Talib and he said, قُلْ يَا عَمِّ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. He said, say La ilaha illallah. وَحَاجُ بِكَ وَحَاجُ بِهِ Allah يَوْمُ الْقِيَامَةِ. Yani, I will argue for you, I will make a case for you again in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Abu Talib did not accept Iman. So Iman comes from Allah. That's why we should make the most shukr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as we can, that Allah has given us Iman, and may Allah preserve our Iman till the end. And when we go in from this world, we go with Iman. You know, many a time people don't realize this, but people when they are dying, how you live is how you die, generally. We hear of cases where somebody used to always 24/7, a Muslim person used to listen to music. If you want to call it reggae, or some of them, when they're driving on the road, they are so deaf that they make everybody deaf. Yesterday I was coming, and the music was so loud on the motorcycle guy that I think all the cars around him were shaking also. So, when somebody dies in that state, they die with that. And the person who recites Quran, the person who doesn't have to be a Hafiz, he recites Quran when he's driving. He does dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when he's driving. He remembers Allah. He does salah upon Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam while he's driving. And may Allah forbid, may Allah not make us. But if somebody is in an accident and he dies, then he will die with dhikr of Allah on his lips. He will die with salat ala Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam on his lips. He will die with Quran recitation on his lips. It happens. So my dear brothers, Allah has given us this Iman. This Iman is very, very, very fragile. That's why we are surrounded, not only us who live in the West, but the whole Muslim world is surrounded with evil. But it's shown us that there is no harm in it. That this evil that is around us, it's shown us that it's leisure, or you want to say leisure, or it's okay, it's just another holiday. Halloween's coming up. So everybody you see on the church grounds, which are supposed to, Isa alayhi salam never told them to worship shayateen. But where do they sell the most pumpkins? It's not the pumpkin's fault, but the pumpkin is used. And you go down the road and you see, I saw signs months before saying that the Halloween, the pumpkin patch will be here. Now the pumpkin patch is there. Go after the night of Halloween, you'll get a pumpkin for maybe 50 cents. But if you go today, it's at least $10. They make money. It's all about, it's a gimmick. But it's not just a gimmick. It's about the aqaid. And our children are affected by it. Now I'm going to say not only our children, our men and women are affected by it. To be inclusive, we buy a pumpkin. There's no harm, you can make pumpkin halwa. You call it kaddu halwa. Eat as much as you like after the 31st. November the 1st, make sure you make pumpkin halwa. There's nothing wrong with it. Some people like it, some people don't. But at this moment, our children are attracted towards it. Every year, maybe I'm not sure about this year, but every year when Halloween comes up, they have a march in the schools. And the ajib thing is that there are some Christians who don't follow this. So they take their children out of the Halloween march. But Muslims, unfortunately, we still put our children there. Because we say that no, they should be inclusive because it's a tradition, American tradition. Or it's, remember this, where it comes from. Halloween comes from Shamian. That's the Greek name for it. That they believe in this, that when a person dies, his soul comes back at that night. Hindus have this belief of reincarnation. What the Hindus believe is that if you're a good person in this life, if you do very well, you might be born as a goat or as a cow. And if you're a wicked person, you'll be born like a snake, a dog. This is called reincarnation. So once it so happened that a Hindu, he saw this dog. The dog became very friendly with him. He was a female dog. So he brought it home. His mother had died a few months before, and he told his wife, "This is my mother. She's been reincarnated." All Hindus believe in reincarnation. He said, "Huh?" I said, "Yes, this is my mother. Every day you must feed her. Milk, meat." So the lady said, "Okay, she's my mother-in-law, I have to look after her." So she started looking after her mother-in-law. But you know, I don't know if you know this, but there's a time of the year when the dog comes into heat. Whatever change happens, I'm not going to go into the detail. June, July. I don't know, they call it something in Hindu, they call it some month, I can't remember what they say. So when the dog came into heat, obviously all the male dogs around the town, they all was coming. So the wife complained to her husband. She said, "You told me to look after your mother. So I do, I give her milk, I give her meat. But now all your fathers are coming also. Tumhare sare abbu aa gaye." So this is their belief. They believe in reincarnation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Hatta idha jaa ahaduhum al-maut, qala rabbi irji'un. لعلي أعمل صالحا فيما تركت كلا إنها كلمة هو قائلها ومن ورائهم برزخ إلى يوم يبعث." That once we die, we don't come back. We don't come back. There is barzakh. There is a station between this dunya and the hereafter. Between akhirah and dunya, there is a place called barzakh. We don't know how long we will be in barzakh, but it's there. As soon as they finish burying us and move 40 steps away, the angels are there. And the angels ask, "Man rabbuka, ma dinuka, ma yakulu fi hadha al-rajul." Who is your Lord? What is your deen? And what do you say about this man? And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam presented. So a Mu'min and a Muslim will say, "Dini Islam, Rabbi Allah, wa hada Nabiyyi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam." Don't worry, you will know Arabic in the grave. Even if you don't know one word here, you will answer it in Arabic. The angels will ask you in Arabic. And immediately you will answer. If we have La ilaha illallah in our heart, and if we have not bothered about our deen, our Islam, our aqaid, then like the rest who will go from this world and they will say La adri, La adri, I don't know, I don't know. We will say the same La adri, La adri. Just because we are born in Muslim families is not a warranty that you will go into Jannah. No warranty for me, no warranty for you. If we live our life according to Islam as much as possible, we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we ask Allah to keep us steadfast in Islam, then inshallah we will die as Muslims and we will be raised as Muslims. Where does this come from, this belief? It comes from the Yahud. The whole incident of the magic, it comes from the Yahud. Quran mentions it. وَاتَّبَعُوا مَا تَتْلُو الشَّيَاطِينُ عَلَى مُلْكِ سُلَيْمَانَ وَمَا كَفَرَ سُلَيْمَانَ وَلَكِنَّ الشَّيَاطِينَ كَفَرُوا. That they followed what? وَاتَّبَعُوا مَا تَتْلُو الشَّيَاطِينُ. If you follow what shayateen came, they told them about this magic. So even today the Jews, may Allah preserve Masjid al-Aqsa, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guard it from everywhere. Because I read today morning or yesterday morning that the first time in history they have gone and actually blown their horn inside the masjid. Inside the masjid. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, the Sahaba asked, نحن قليل, that we will be very little in number. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, أنتم كثير, you will be huge in number, 1 billion and over. وأنتم كغثاء sail, but you will be like the dirt that comes in a sail means floods. When a flood comes, it takes everything with it. So we are just like that. We see this with our own eyes. We hearing this. But how many of us are moved by it? So they claim that this is Sulaiman alayhi salam, he built the masjid for them. Which is true. Quran says that. That Sulaiman alayhi salam, he redid the masjid, he built the masjid again. But the Sulaiman alayhi salam who built the masjid for them, they say he was not a Muslim. He was not a Mu'min. He used to worship idols. Ya la. You one moment you're claiming that Masjid Aqsa is yours, the land of Masjid Aqsa is yours. And you say that Dawood alayhi salam and Sulaiman alayhi salam gave it to you. But at the same moment, in the same instant, they say Dawood and Sulaiman both were not Iman. They didn't have Iman. Both. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about them. Then, وَإِذَا خَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ لَا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا وَذِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْيَتَامَى وَالْمَسَاكِينِ وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ ثُمَّ تَوَلَّيْتُمْ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا مِنكُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ مُعْرِضُونَ وَإِذَا خَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ لَا تَسْفِكُونَ دِمَاءَكُمْ وَلَا تُخْرِجُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ مِنْ دِيَارِكُمْ ثُمَّ أَقْرَرْتُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ تَشْهَدُونَ ثُمَّ أَنْتُمْ هَؤُلَاءِ تَقْتُلُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ وَتُخْرِجُونَ فَرِيقًا مِنْكُمْ مِنْ دِيَارِهِمْ تَظَاهَرُونَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِالْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ وَإِنْ يَأْتُوكُمْ أُسَارَىٰ تُفَادُوهُمْ وَهُوَ مُحَرَّمٌ عَلَيْكُمْ أَفَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِبَعْضِ الْكِتَابِ وَتَكْفُرُونَ بِبَعْضٍ. That you believe in part of the kitab and part of it you discard, just like we do. We believe in the Quran, but when it doesn't suit us, we discard it also. You're going to say, how do we discard it? Because when we trade in interest, usually we are discarding the Quran. We come up with fancy words, Islamic banking and so on. But if you go in the deep root, you'll find out that everything is based on interest. everything. It's just by name. You see a donkey and you call him a horse, and put a horse's costume on him. When he makes the noise that he makes, is he going to be neighing like a horse, or is he going to be braying like a donkey? In Arabic there is share on this. فَسَوْفَ تَرَى إِذَا انْكَشَفَ الْغُبَارُ أَفَرَسٌ تَحْتَ رِجْلِكَ أَمْ حِمَارٌ. When the dust will blow away, if you ever go to Makkah and Medina, may Allah take all of us. Then when we go there, sometimes the desert has dust blowing. Even in the city of Makkah, in the Haram area, you cannot see anything. You can't even see the clock tower. That's how much dust blows. With all the technology in the world, they cannot remove the dust that Allah makes it fly. Once we were driving from Medina Munawwara to Makkah, the route we took was through Badr, where the actual battle took place. We went to see the area of Badr and that. So on the road, it's solid tarmac road, just like here. But the driver could not see 5 feet in front of him. That's how much dust was blowing. And everybody was making dua to Allah. Because you don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 seconds. This is Allah's power. This is Allah's power. Allah shows it sometimes. So the Shair says, فَسَوْفَ تَرَى إِذَا انْكَشَفَ الْغُبَارُ. You will soon see, as soon as the dust moves away, أَفَرَسٌ تَحْتَ رِجْلِكَ أَمْ حِمَارُ. That are you on a horse or are you on a mule or a donkey? So everything will come clear to us when we go in the hereafter. When maut comes, everything becomes clear. At the moment, people ask us, proving that they are angels. Can anybody prove this angels? Can we show an angel? Proving that there is Allah. Can we prove it? Can we physically show Allah? No. But wherever you look, you will see the greatness of Allah. But a person doesn't understand. That's why he questions these questions. He says everything just came to existence like that. Yet a bicycle that is made in China, most everything is made in China now, and just for that bicycle, how much effort is made by many people to join it together so that we can ride it. We can't say that it just came into existence. So all this around us, above us, around us and below us, it just came into existence? No. على كل شيء ما خلق الله باطل على كل شيء ما خلق الله باطل وكل نعيم لا محالة زائل. The Shair says that everything other than Allah will one day diminish. We have to have this iman in us. So my dear brothers, if we don't have iman and we don't know much about iman, how are we going to transfer to our children, our younger generations coming? If we think that, okay, Halloween is nothing, so the Christians, they adapted to whatever the mushrikeen did. So Halloween comes from Shayman or whatever they call it. And this was something from Europe. The European mushrikeen used to do. At this time of the year, we live in Florida, so we don't see the darkness. But if you go into Europe at this time of the year, it becomes dark very early. So to scare away the evil spirits, they would light these lanterns, which has no sense. But people believe it, and then slowly creeps in. So the Catholic Church accepted it. So they call it Hallows Saints' Eve. that they worship all their saints on this night who are dead. We cannot worship other than Allah. When we say La ilaha illallah, what does that mean? It's very easy to say La ilaha illallah. What does that mean? It means that La na'budu, La nanfa, La nadur. Everything that can benefit me or harm me, or I think that it can do for me, everything is nothing except for Allah. Illallah. I can only worship Allah. This is to put people into false belief. And Ajib, now in the Muslim countries, to imitate the West, they are doing more than the West does. Every year we hear about, before I never used to hear about Valentine in Muslim countries. Now, Valentine is more in Bangladesh than in USA. Valentine is more in Saudi Arabia than USA. Valentine is more in Pakistan than here. You don't believe me? Look at Valentine's time. This is what they're doing, that they are attacking our Iman. And if we don't observe this, then we will be just like them. Then all the recitation in the Quran that we do, but if we don't understand what the Quran is saying, Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala mentioned this. Alam tara ila alladhina utu nasiban min al-kitab. That do you not see those people who are given the kitab? Allah is talking about the Yahud here, specifically. يؤمنون بالجبت والطاغوت. And the Quraysh, they had some meetings, understanding. When Rasulullah was in Medina, they wanted to crush Islam. So it's not a new ball game. It's been there from the time of Rasulullah. So all the Tawaghit, all these disbelievers, they all got together. So they went to Makkah, but they didn't trust each other. So the Quraysh said to the Yahud, that we don't think you and Muhammad, you believe in one Allah. So we don't think you will be with us. So the Yahud asked them, what do you want us to do to prove it to you that we are with you? They said, you have to do sajda and worship Jibt and Taghut. Jibt was, according to some, Jibt was an idol that they had placed. And Taghut was also an idol they had placed around the Kaaba. So the Yahud went and they did sajda to the Taghut. Not to the Kaaba, they went and did sajda to the Jibt and Taghut. And Modi, a few months ago, maybe a year ago, he went to Saudi Arabia and he did sajda to his Taghut. Malik ko usne sajda kiya tha. So, and Malik, he sat and he let him do sajda. What do you think? He's going to help Islam? This Taghut is sitting there, he's going to help Islam? Ya al-Ajab. None of them are for Islam. None of them. All the Muslim rulers in the Muslim countries, none of them have any Islam in them, and none of them are for Islam. They're the same Jibt and Taghut that was in the time of Quraysh. Some say Jibt means Sahib. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, Man ata kahinan, that the person who goes to a fortune teller and he asked him to read his hand, and the fortune teller reads your hand, and you don't believe him, but you went to him, you don't lose your iman. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, for 40 days and 40 nights, your salah is not accepted. That's if you don't believe in him. Many years ago when I was Imam in England, somebody came and told me that Maulana Sahab, people are going, in the north there's a city called Newcastle. It's quite far from us. So I said, why are people going to Newcastle? He said, some guy has come from India and he does kneecap surgery. I said, he does kneecap surgery? He said, yeah. He's a doctor? I said, no, he's not a doctor. So I said, how does he do it? So he said, this is video. He does something, he takes your kneecaps out and then he replaces it. But he makes you say certain words. I asked him, what did he make you say? So he says that if you want this surgery done, you have to say this, that I am free from what was revealed to Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. मैं उस चीज से बरी हूँ जो मोहम्मद रसूलुल्लाह पे नाजिल हुई. In Urdu he makes you say this. In Bangla I can't speak so, but in Bangla also. In Gujarati he makes you speak. And these are all Muslims. Bengali Muslim, Pakistani Muslim, Indian Muslim, Gujarati Muslim, all are going to him. And these are people who pray 5 times a day. This big beard, they are going to him also. So I said, as soon as they say this, their iman goes. So you know what those people said? Mullah aisi baat karta hai. He said, this imam talking nonsense. हम वहाँ जाते हैं, we go there, हम बोल देते हैं, और जब वहाँ से निकलते हैं तो हम अशहदु अल्ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह व अशहदु अन्ना मुहम्मदन रसूलुल्लाह. And when we go there, we say these words, he cures us. When we come out, we say kalima. I say, in between that time, if you die then, this is our status of iman. We don't think much of this. By the way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala safeguard our iman. And alhamdulillah, there are those who they are bombing. They are dying. But they are dying with iman. Small children, mashallah, on their hands they have written their names. And when they are being buried, people don't forget that it was just a child. It was somebody's child. The child was this years old. He was from this family, from this qabila, and mashallah, they wrote it on Monday, and today they are in their graves. They are shaheed. And we don't think about it. We think it's with them. Some people are saying, oh, it's crazy, the people of Gaza are crazy. They committed suicide. We don't live in Gaza, do we? We've never been to Gaza. Do you know how they live there? If we had to live there, we would flee, but you can't flee also. You can't run away also. Those people, they are safeguarding Masjid al-Aqsa and the land of the Anbiya with their blood, with their life, with their children. It's easy for me to say and you to hear. But alhamdulillah, may Allah honor them. In this world also and in the hereafter also. That's why Abdullah ibn Mubarak rahmatullah says in a share in Rabi that يا عبد الحرمين لو أبصرتنا لعلمت أنك في العبادة تلعب. يا عابد الحرمين لو أبصرتنا لعلمت أنك في العبادة تلعب. Or the person who is worshipping in the house of Allah, he's talking to Fudayl bin Iyad, that he was Jarullah, always worshipping in the Kaaba. He said, يا عابد الحرمين لو أبصرتنا لعلمت أنك في العبادة تلعب. And oh, who is always there in Masjid al-Haram, in every salah, always worshiping Allah. If you were to see us in the battlefields, you would know that in your ibadat, what are you doing? You are playing. My ibadat, your ibadat, compared to the people who are in Gaza, is play. لَعَلِمْتَ أَنَّكَ فِي الْعِبَادَةِ تَلْعَبُ لَوْ كَانَ يَطْعَمُ خَيْلَهُ فِي بَاطِلٍ فَخُيُولُنَا يَوْمَ الْكَرِيهَةِ تَطْعَمُ. And he carries on and on. And he said, وَلَقَدْ أَتَانَا مِنْ مَقَالِ نَبِيِّنَا قَوْلٌ صَحِيحٌ صَادِقٌ لَا يَكْذِبُ لَا يَسْتَوِي غُبَارُ أَهْلِ اللَّهِ فِي أَنْفِ امْرِئٍ وَدُخَانُ نَارٍ تَلْهَبُ. Those people who are in the bombs, they are being bombed, their nights, their days are all one. The ghubar that goes, we cannot be nothing compared to the ghubar that they are seeing. لا يستوي غبار أهل الله في أمر ودخان نار. Inshallah, if they are shaheed, they will never enter into Jahannam. They will never enter into Jahannam. So my dear brothers, make dua for them. And look after our iman. Look after our children's iman. Look after our family's iman. Come to the masajid. If we come once a day, make it 2-3 times a day. If we don't come at all, try to make it to the masajid. These are our fortresses where iman will be preserved. The children, our iman of our children will be preserved. They will take from here. I'm not just talking about Masjid al-Khalil, I'm talking about all the masajid. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me and you tawfiq to understand. Inshallah, already passed the boxes. Jazakumullah khair. Inshallah, tonight we have a program after Maghrib. And the dinner will be after Isha. So we invite all of you to come into the program on the Seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Again, make dua for the people of Gaza, the people of Palestine. They are honoring the Masjid of Masjid al-Aqsa and the land of al-Aqsa. May Allah preserve them and may Allah accept their shahada. You see, and may Allah give us that we also hope, this is a hope, I'm not saying do it, that we also hope that one day we will be shaheed also.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. حي على الصلاة، حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى: ألم تر إلى الذين أوتوا نصيبا من الكتاب يؤمنون بالجبت والطاغوت ويقولون للذين كفروا هؤلاء يهدى من الذين آمنوا سبيلا أولئك الذين لعنهم الله ومن يلعن الله فلن تجد له نصيرا. وقال تعالى: واتبعوا ما تتلو الشياطين على ملك سليمان وما كفر سليمان ولكن الشياطين كفروا يعلمون الناس السحر وما أنزل على الملكين ببابل هاروت وماروت. وعن عمران بن حسين رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: ليس منا من تطير أو تطير له أو تكهن أو تكهن له أو سحر أو سحر له ومن عقد عقدة ومن أتى كاهنا فصدقه بما يقول فقد كفر بما أنزل على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. وعن أنس بن مالك رضي الله تعالى عنه قال من أتى كاهنا فصدقه بما يقول فقد برئ بما أنزل على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ومن أتاه غير مصدق به لم تقبل له صلاة 40 يوما. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حتى إذا جاء أحدهم الموت قال رب ارجعون لعلي أعمل صالحا فيما تركت كلا إنها كلمة وقائلها ومن ورائهم برزخ إلى يوم يبعثون. بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعنا وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم. أستغفر الله. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا مولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات والسابقون الأولون من المهاجرين والأنصار والذين اتبعوهم بإحسان رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه وأعد لهم جنات تجري تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا. ذلك الفوز العظيم. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم ارحم الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر المجاهدين الذين جاهدوا في سبيلك حقا. اللهم انصر إخواننا المسلمين وأخواتنا المسلمين في غزة. اللهم أيدهم بتأييد غيبك وانصرهم بنصرة غيبك. عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. Straighten the lines. You don't leave any gaps. Those brothers who are in walkway come inside.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. لعن الذين كفروا من بني إسرائيل على لسان داود وعيسى ابن مريم ذلك بما عصوا وكانوا يعتدون. كانوا لا يتناهون عن منكر فعلوه لبئس ما كانوا يفعلون. ترى كثيرا منهم يتولون الذين كفروا لبئس ما قدمت لهم أنفسهم أن سخط الله عليهم وفي العذاب هم خالدون. ولو كانوا يؤمنون بالله والنبي وما أنزل إليه ما اتخذوهم أولياء ولكن كثيرا منهم فاسقون. الله سمع الله من حمده. الله 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 أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. لتجدن أشد الناس عداوة للذين آمنوا اليهود والذين أشركوا ولتجدن أقربهم مودة للذين آمنوا الذين قالوا إنا نصارى ذلك بأن منهم قسيسين ورهبانا وأنهم لا يستكبرون وإذا سمعوا ما أنزل إلى الرسول ترى أعينهم تفيض من الدمع مما عرفوا من الحق يقولون ربنا آمنا فاكتبنا مع الشاهدين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Inshallah, tonight we have a program here at the Masjid on Seerah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We invite all of you to come, inshallah. It's at Maghrib, between Maghrib and Isha, and inshallah after Isha there will be food. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام وإليك يرجع السلام تبارك وتعالى يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا شر ما قضيت إنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك فإنه يعز من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت. نستغفرك ونتوب إليك وصلى الله على النبي الكريم. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات وألف بين قلوبهم وانصرهم على عدوك وعدوهم اللهم انصر المجاهدين الذين يجاهدون في سبيلك حقا. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المسلمين. اللهم انصر إخوان المؤمنين والمؤمنات خصوصا في غزة. اللهم أيدهم بتأييد غيبك. اللهم انصرهم بنصرة غيبك. اللهم انصرهم بنصرة غيبك. اللهم احفظ أولادهم. اللهم احفظ بناتهم. اللهم احفظ بناتهم. اللهم احفظ أولادهم. اللهم احفظ رجالهم. اللهم احفظ نساءهم. اللهم احفظ الأقصى الذي باركت حوله. اللهم احفظ الأقصى الذي باركت حوله. اللهم احفظ الأقصى الذي باركت حوله. عباد الله يا أرحم الراحمين يا رحم المساكين يا ذا القوة المتين يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. Oh Allah, have mercy upon us, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, have mercy upon the whole of Ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, our brothers and sisters, Ya Allah, who are in Gaza, Ya Allah, help them, Ya Allah, with your nusrah, Ya Allah, with your ghaib, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, have mercy upon them, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, have mercy upon their children, Ya Allah. Have mercy upon their women, Ya Allah. Have mercy upon their men, Ya Allah. Have mercy upon the elderly, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, the enemy has surrounded them from all over, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Allah. You can give defeat also, Ya Allah, and you can give victory also, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, a Muslim, he thinks that if he is shaheed, he is victorious, Ya Allah. And if he defeats the enemy, he is victorious, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, make them ghuzat and shuhada, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, and accept their shahada, Ya Allah. And Ya Allah, give us the energy, Ya Allah, to make dua for them, Ya Allah. And to speak on behalf of them, Ya Allah. And to think that they are being, Ya Allah, we are in such a position, Ya Allah, we cannot do nothing, Ya Allah. But you have all power, Ya Allah. وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُوَ وَمَا هِيَ إِلَّا ذِكْرَى لِلْبَشَرِ. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين برحمتك.